This is Season 5 of The Score, the Team Roping Journal's podcast, where we cover the roping industry from top to bottom. This is where the team roping world talks. We talk through tough subjects, we talk big wins, and we talk real issues affecting the community. I'm your host and editor of the Team Roping Journal, Chelsea Schaefer. This episode is brought to you by Smarty. It's a new year, new season, and we're back with the short score. Welcome back, Team Ropers. It is Caitlin Gustav, and today, for our first episode of the short score, we're talking all about the Ariat World Series of Team Roping title fights, round 11. And a special guest on this episode are the open title fight winners, and that's Baldwin and Nano Garza. So before we get there, we're going to just have a little quick wrap-up of what happened at Rancho Rio in Wickenburg, Arizona. So the title fights kicked off on February 9th with the 15.5 add-on, which Tegan Bentley and Brandon Bates won that, and they were 30-31 on forehead, worth $24,460. Followed that was the 14.5 World Series qualifier. That win went to Quentin Anseth and Asher Freeman, and they took $28,920 for their efforts after roping forehead in 29.96 seconds. Then, coming up next was the 13.5 World Series qualifier. That win went to Wacy Westcott and Clint Groff. They were 31.47 seconds on forehead, and that paid $29,240. That team came from 10th callback and roped their short round steer in 6.54 seconds to shuffle their way to that big win. Then we picked up the 12.5 World Series qualifier. That win went to Cole Stevens and Wyatt Cannon. They were 35-20 on forehead, paying $35,540. Followed by that was the 11.5 World Series qualifier. Kevin Rosenbach and Josh Roberts were 34-14 on 4, paying $38,920 for their win. Then we had the 10.5 World Series qualifier. Bobby Roberts and Brent Pascoe, they took home $43,560 after knocking down forehead in 35.08 seconds. Man, big payouts at the title fights in Rancho Rio. Then we had the 9.5 World Series qualifier. That went to Jamie Payton and Wayne Bays. They were 38.76 on 4, taking home $43,460. Followed by that, they had a number 10.5 Legends. That win went to Sean Moore and Keith May, who came from 7th callback to win the average with a time of 39.79 seconds on forehead, worth $16,260 a man. Then, on the final day, we wrapped up the title fights with the 8.5 World Series qualifier. Shelly Pascoe and Kevin Pascoe were 39.14 to take home $42,080. Then we had one of the few first number 7 World Series qualifiers. It's a pick draw, and that win went to Chuck Stewart and Troy Clark. They were 50.17 seconds on forehead, and that paid $17,940. Then, to wrap up the title fights and to wrap up this episode, the open winners of the World Series title fights was Baldwin and Nano Garza, who came into the number 1 position in the average. They roped their short round steer in 9.13 seconds, making them a combined time of 30.67 seconds on forehead, worth $14,920. Woo! It was a fun time. If you were not here at Rancho Rio in Wickenburg, Arizona, you definitely missed out. The title fights are always a good time. Lots of fun action. Please enjoy this episode with Baldwin and Nano Garza, your Ariat World Series of Team Roping title fights round 11 open champions. If it's not a Smarty, it's just a dummy. Founded by 4-time world champion Alan Bach, Smarty is built around the spirit of excellence, working to build the sport and support the youth to be great athletes through their Young Pro program. You can train like a pro and win like a champion with Smarty's team roping products, including Smarty the Steer, Smarty Extreme, Smarty Sidekick, Smarty Pipes, and more. Plus, Smarty is growing, adding saddles, tack, and apparel to the product lineup. Visit www.smartyroping.com and follow Smarty on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Train like a pro, train with Smarty. Tanner, Nano, welcome to the title fights. You guys came in high call back. You got kind of fumbled on the head side a little bit. What was going through your mind right there?
Well, Monday we was at downtown and we was high team back and I did the same thing and I missed for 15,000. And today when I seen that happen again, I was about to just lose it. I don't even know. And it went on and I was just so happy I had Nano because he stayed hooked and got him caught.
Yeah. Nano, did you have any panic over you thinking you weren't going to get one turned right there?
Yeah, my heart dropped right when I see that head rope twist around and then drop down to the nose, and I was like, oh yeah, and then I stopped riding my horse, so it was just a stride back. So I kind of panicked just a little bit, but it worked out at the end.
Yeah. And you are so clutch on the hillside. I think never made the NFR, but you are one of the top number guys out there that are going, that people need to be talking about. What's it like to be so on top of your game?
Just feels good. Just stay humble and work at it every day. So,
and what's that little heel horse you're riding? You ride that horse a lot.
Yeah, that's my good horse. It's Yoshi Poco Bueno Big Worm.
That's a big name.
Yeah, he's Mexican.
How old's that horse?
He is 14 this year.
14. What's so good about him? What makes you...
He just always puts you in the right spot every time. I've got him from Cowdog and Will Cowden. Big thanks to them.
Yeah, definitely some good horses come out of them.
Yes, ma'am, they sure do.
And Tanner, what's that horse you were heading on?
Oh, it's an 11-year-old black horse I just got out of Kansas. Jason Williams found him, and solid horse. Second time I rode him, so it's been a good deal for me so far.
Dang, that's not bad.
Yeah,
I feel like you're usually kind of on a bunch of different horses.
Yeah,
so.
You never know what I'll show up on.
The first time he rode him, we were high call over at downtown for the 15,000.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
And that's when you did the same thing?
Monday, it's a bad day.
Well, we made up for it here.
Yeah, thank God I tried it all. Tried to miss.
Oh, jeez. And can you guys kind of break down, what was it like getting to the short round? How were those first 3 runs?
Just felt like they were really smooth, like everything was happening, like we had a lot of timing and a lot of chemistry going on, so it's pretty easy to get to the short round.
Yeah. Tanner?
Like Nano said, it's us about second, third year we were open together, so it's just smooth. It felt like just practicing, We just made 3 good runs, and then fourth one was kind of shaky, but it worked out.
Enough to slide right in there.
Yeah, I was like, oh God.
And this money, what's it kind of do for you guys right now?
Just helps pay the bills.
Yeah. How about you, Tanner?
Help me go out to California. We're going to go out to California next month. So
okay.
That'd be a good little
Go hit up those rodeos.
Yeah, it'd be a good little start for us.
Gotcha. Well, awesome. Well, congratulations, you guys.
Appreciate it. Thank
you. This episode is brought to you by Smarty.